We need to finish fast.
We need to finish it.
Guys, let's go.
Okay, stop talking.
Let's get it. All right, let's get it.
Welcome back to the Porter Podcast. I'm Ed.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jaxson.
I'm Dylan.
And I'm Noah.
And welcome back to Turntable Tuesday. Today's February 22nd, 2022. And then for today's episode, we have a special guest. Say hi, Noah.
Hello.
Hi, Noah.
And
Noah.
today,
Hi, Noah.
hello, Noah's here. And then with Noah, we're going to be going through your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, MF Doom.
Listen to it go bang. Through and through a Kango. A strange combination of a kangaroo to slang flow. 2/3 slow.
So a little bit before we get like what is MF Doom, because it's really just like a huge project. So MF Doom, also known as Metal Face Doom, or personally known as Daniel DeMille, is a rapper with multiple personas and is also best known for a supervillain persona, which is called MF Doom, where he wears a metal mask similar to the Marvel villain Doctor Doom. His rapping and production is abstract, and his songwriting does not use regular songwriting like structure. It's all like one giant verse. So this is because it's so different, though. I think it's really good though because of his lyricism. He's really good with lyrics, and his production. Every time he works with a really great producer, he does it really well. He does it really also well. His production is well kept up because of like the whole supervillain persona. He does it really well, in my opinion. I really enjoy it.
He does do it really well.
He does it
Really
do
well.
it really well.
He does it really well.
He uses some really obscure samples
Sorry,
and utilizes them in some really well-made beats. He also partners with some talented producers, and then that helps him become the illest supervillain rapper of all
Do
time.
you want Noah? Come over here so you can talk through mine. I don't know much fun.
I'll give it to him.
So, despite everything that Ed said, when he first started rapping in the early 90s, he wasn't known as MF Doom, and a lot of the things that Ed talked about, which kind of made him who he is now and what he's known for, weren't really the case. Like, that wasn't really who he was in the early 90s when he started rapping. Yeah. So when he first came up, again, early 90s, so a lot of like really like NWA was really popular. A Tribe Called Quest, like that kind of flow,
rap
that kind of
groups
style
were coming on the
yeah.
upcome.
Wait, these are rap groups?
Rap groups were huge at the time. So him
Odd
and his
Future.
brother
Joking.
started a group called KMD, and his name was Zev Love X. His brother's name was Subrock.
How do you spell Zev?
wait,
Zev Love X.
ZEV.
Are these MF Doom
Love
or like
X.
friends of MF?
Zev Love
Zev
is
Love X is
MF Doom.
Okay.
Before
his
he was
brother.
MF Doom, though.
But I thought his name was Daniel DeMille.
Doom.
Well, obviously
Doom.
it's his name.
But
So,
aren't we talking about
what-
Zev Love? Oh, that was his rap name.
That's his
That's
rap
his
name
name.
when he first starts out rapping, yeah.
Okay.
So the beginning of his career, he's called Zev Love X. He's in a group called KMD with his older brother. So when they were coming up, their first album they released was Mr. Hood. It was actually pretty successful, especially considering it was their first project, and they're these two kids from New York who no one's ever heard of. While they were recording their second album, it was called Blank. Can't really say that. But it was shelved as they were.
Nice job, Noah.
It was shelved after it was completed, and during the recording of it, his older brother was hit by a car and killed. So to honor him, he finished the album. The album got shelved, and then that just added on top of it was like insult to injury for him. So he was kind of a recluse for a while. No one really heard. Like,
Big word, recluse.
It's an average size word.
I know, but
we
like
have said bigger words on this podcast.
For sure.
super
What was the one-
calendar.
I used
brain,
eclectic
so.
today. Ed was
Collectic.
You looking congressional.
Okay, Noah, go on.
Okay, anyway, so late 90s, that kind of sparked his villain arc, as you could call it. So that's kind of what inspired him to become a supervillain and have that persona that he's so famous for. But anyways, in
MF
the
Doom.
late 90s, he started surfacing on other people's albums. Most notably, he was on a song called The Gas Face, which was by Third Base, which was a hip-hop duo. That song was pretty popular because it was a diss on MC Hammer along with a bunch of other people. Yeah.
Is he called MF Doom yet?
No.
Okay.
MC
still-
Hammer is the guy who made "Can't Touch This."
And where's Hammer
Yeah,
Pants,
okay,
the
I'm
big
pretty sure
baggy
everyone
pants?
Yeah, I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm
the
clarifying.
one that dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, no, he was. They were actually all introduced radio style in that song. And so they said a special guest, Zev Love X. That song came out, and then he started to surface on open mics. in New York. He wore pantyhose over his face, and that is
God.
kind of how he adopted the mask idea.
I just made a connection. Crazy. Sorry, go on.
Yeah,
I just
anyways,
made a
Wait, what connection?
That was
Don't worry about
his like original
We'll
mask.
get to it.
Was the pantyhose over his face.
What about sweetheart?
And
Is it in the
then
script?
a couple years after this, he releases his first album as MF Doom called Operation Doomsday.
Want to talk a little about that album?
You want to talk about Noah? Noah, you just want to run the podcast at this point? Is that what we want to do? Reading the script.
I wanted to like bring up that in a. Okay, Chirs can take my water. Okay, in an interview
He
in
takes
2003.
my water, then takes Ed's.
Ed, just go.
In an interview in 2003, Doom said that he chose the Dr. Doom character because, quote, I liked him, he was ill. He always came back after he disappeared. It seemed like they killed him, but he always came back, so just wanted to bring that up.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Talk about Operation Doomsday.
So in the album Operation Doomsday, one of the most like notable things was he was underground and he knew it. And at the time that the album was released, a lot of rappers were getting burned for, like they were getting sued for sampling things without a license. And in the song Hey, he sampled the Scooby-Doo intro, which is where the hey comes from, which is heard throughout the entire song.
yeah.
Oh,
And-
Christopher has a question.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can finish that thought, but it's a question about the album I listened to. So.
Okay,
Well, I'm pretty sure
we'll
we
All
can
right,
get
we'll
there.
get there.
go on.
Yeah, but he also talks about in the song Question Mark, he talks about his brother.
It's not called question mark. It is a question mark.
Yeah,
I think they can assume
I'm
that based on
clarifying.
listening.
Yeah. Either way, not that important. But
Like XX Tentacion.
that's like one of his more sad and somber songs.
yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. It is.
He talks about the death of his brother. He talks about how the
This is his
beginning of the
first
song.
album. This is his first album as MF Doom.
What made him like
Metal
become a
Face Doom.
different like artist instead of being
He
Sav
wanted to get out
Love?
of the
Yeah,
state that,
that
he
was
in.
kind of his way of like getting over his brother's death and the shelving of his album.
Getting a new persona
yeah,
or
right,
whatever.
So he kind of like reinvented himself
Yeah.
to get over
Exactly.
the tragedy.
Exactly.
This is Hey from Operation Doomsday, the one that Noah was talking about.
I only play the games that I win at and stay the same with more rhymes and it's ways to skin cats. As a matter of fact, let me rephrase. With more rhymes and ways to fillet felines in these days. Watch the path of the black one. Supervillain.
So, I mean, like, I got this album, and I listened to it. It was really good.
So I got to tell him.
all I
So-
know is that this persona, can you pronounce it, please? So I don't,
So
King Ghidorah.
okay.
So there's another persona that he uses.
This is a super villain one, right?
No, this one is
The
like
alien
a
one?
three-headed space lizard.
Okay.
Of course, as
Basically.
one
Well,
does.
As we
I-
all have
We
at one
have
point.
So-
one of those.
What was confusing was he uses this drum track for he uses it and then remixes it, and it sounds like the drum track from "I Can't Go for That" by Hall & Oates. Does it not?
I have no idea what
that was a
drums
dramatic slam.
Play the final hour, the beginning part of it, if you can.
I cannot.
are. Oh,
I mean, I'm not able to do that.
it's not in the script.
Yeah, come on,
Hold
we
on,
don't have the
hold
song
on.
queued up.
No, I can't play it.
He's gonna play it in the mic.
It says a bad word.
The
right
beginning, I'm
right
talking
off
about.
the start, it says a bad word.
I was just playing the first part.
Christopher.
But that's what
Christopher.
it
It
sounds
samples
like.
Hall's Notes. Cool.
Go in the corner. Time
What
out.
else? What else is a sample? You said something else.
No, I was
Oh.
just saying that, and then no, it was just cool because there's a lot of sampling of news. Final hour even has I don't know. It was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. News.
I don't know how to explain it, but it was a
It was
lot of
cool.
sampling and a lot less of him rapping.
So you're gonna see a lot of
Yeah,
TV
that's-
show and news
Yeah.
samples in his music,
Yeah.
which mostly because I found out that's actually royalty free, so you don't have to pay to use these samples at all. So artists Kanye or
Don't.
or
Don't,
any other
don't.
artist who samples something like Travis Scott, they all have to pay the artist who originally made that sampled song, and they have to pay them.
So what about the Hall & Oates thing?
He probably had to pay for that a little bit, but
a little bit.
But it's also probably not a lot of money because Hall & Oates it was a
Or
while ago.
I don't know. It's a simple drum track with a lot of reverb. That's all it is. It's on a lot of other tracks on there too. That's what I was just curious of. But I don't know. Go ahead.
This is antimatter. Yeah.
Give me some hay.
Excuse me, mister. Do she got a sister? Who he not to kiss her? True, she do got a blister. Not a movie plot twist like a Twizzler. If I needed my meat.
So where did he go from this persona? That's my question.
You asking me?
No, it's your turn.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Vaudeville villain. On God.
by Victor Vaughn.
Yeah,
Just
so
other
Vaudeville Villain is like a Like he
Younger
works
version.
under.
It's not his villain
it's not really a
persona
younger
yet.
version. It's not the same
It's
person
not,
as
this is
MF
not the
Doom.
one.
How many personas does he have?
A lot.
How
There's a
many?
lot.
He has 4.
Several.
Four.
Several.
But these are the three
I'm
big-
looking for a
include
number here.
Zevlov X and MF Doom as 2
I didn't
personas.
pass
I was gonna
Right to say.
include Mad Villain too. No.
Actually, no. Mad Villain is the name that was given to the hip hop duo of
Madlib and okay,
MF Doom. So
makes
that's
sense.
Like, that's why the album.
Madlib
Mad
made
Lib
the
is called
album
Mad Villain.
Wait, he had a
Pinata
duo?
with Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah, he
Like
did.
that's like
With
one of his
who?
most
Yeah.
known.
Madlib.
I have no idea who that
He's
is.
a
That's the producer.
producer.
Okay.
So you can kind of see in King Ghidorah, just from Operation Doomsday to that album, which is they're just a couple years apart. You can see how much his production value has grown, and because he produces these first 2 albums mainly by himself, and you can tell how much better his production is, and you can really tell how much more knowledgeable and how much he's learned in these past couple years. Anyways, Vaudeville Villain is possibly my favorite persona of him.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I
Vaudeville
100%.
Villain is
Why?
a
King
really
King
good
Ghidorah is
album.
mine, but like this is a
Yeah.
good album.
But the
honestly.
King persona only released 1 album, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also did
Actually,
it was a remix
Venomous
one, right?
Villain was
There
another
was-
album that he released.
But it was like a remix,
yeah,
right?
It's like
Yeah.
unofficial.
yeah. It's on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, I know.
So this, I'm sorry, you're still talking, but like the like aha moment that I had earlier when you said he used to go to open mic nights.
Oh, yeah.
There's open mic night part 1 and part 2 on this album,
Yeah,
which I
exactly.
thought was really cool,
Yeah.
but I didn't know what it meant until you just said that.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
The more you know.
He has a lot of in well anyways, Victor Vaughn, we never really finished, but Victor Vaughn is like he works under MF Doom, and in a lot of his songs you can kind of hear him trying to like
Get out.
Yeah, right. Like
Escape.
surpass him or prove himself, prove that he's better than him. And
Persevere.
on
Big
Mad
word.
Villainy,
Congressional.
he actually has a song
Big word check.
or MF Doom has a song on there called Fancy Clown, and it actually says it's featuring Victor Vaughn because Victor Vaughn is a completely separate entity. Like even on Spotify, if you look up MF Doom, Victor Vaughn does not come up at
But
all.
MF Doom is Victor Vaughn, right?
No, MF. Well,
Who's
the
Victor
character
Vaughn?
isn't the character isn't the person.
Daniel
Yeah.
DeLeo. To
Dumoulin.
who? Yeah, he's
Daniel
Victor
Dumoulin
Now,
is
who
Vaughn.
both of
knew?
them, Yes.
I have a
Okay.
question.
Frisco.
So
What's the question?
who's Mr. Fantastic on the rap
That's
song?
actually a
They
huge
don't
mystery.
know that.
They still don't know.
Yeah, so nobody really knows who Mr. Fantastic is. A lot of people just speculate that it's like one of his friends who wanted to like hop on
Yeah,
Hop on
they
a
like
track
pulled him
and
off
just-
or something like that. I remember hearing something about that.
yeah.
I don't know. I was just curious because
Heard about that too.
It's Salvia off of Victor Vaughn, or sorry, Vlad Villain.
Salvia?
That-
Isn't it
Saliva.
Saliva?
Saliva?
You did not say
Saliva is a
salvia.
song.
That's
on
salvia.
Vaudeville. No, well, it's
That's
spelled wrong on the
A-L-V-I-A.
script.
Oh,
yes.
it's saliva. Oh, okay.
But it's supposed to be saliva.
Salivia.
I didn't spell that.
So here it is.
Puzzle. You can act Doc Zismore. The slow guzzle got your nizzle crooked like Big Jaw. Drink like a fishy. She wish she was a Pisces. Live since back when 25 cents ices. Used to turn your tongue the color red. Now they
So
I love that. That's a good song.
that's
That was
really good.
good.
This album.
It's really good. It's
Yeah.
I love that song.
we almost got into we got into Vaudeville Villain, but now we're going into my favorite. My favorite being Mad Villainy. So Mad Villainy released in 2004. It was a duo with his producer, a producer called Madlib. They combined the names, Mad and then Villainy because he's a super villain, obviously. And then Mad Villainy is it's a huge mix of just completely unique and like obscure instrumentals. He uses like jam bands from the 70s and like completely like random jazz quartets, TV show intros, and like random foreign artists that had like one release ever. All of these are blended really well with Madlib's really good producing, and most importantly, Doom's really great flow and like lyricism. He does really great with his rapping.
We stand Doom.
We do stand Doom. He raps
Rest in
about.
peace.
We haven't gotten to that yet.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, guys. He's not alive
If you're
anymore.
waiting for new
He-
music, you're
so-
not gonna get it.
He released an album in 2021, but he died in 2020 of an we don't know what he died of.
Yeah.
It hasn't been released. Kind of villainy, some may say.
Are we joking about a death here?
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to the family of MF Doom out there. Go on.
To
Ed.
his brother.
What is it? So yeah, he Doom is able to rap really well, obviously, over these beats. And throughout the entire album, he raps about like villainous and evil acts, obviously as a super villain, but he also talks about like the evil that's inherent to everyone, that like it's sort of like bragging to everyone that everyone wants to be evil like him. What is it?
Well,
Oh.
Mad Villainy is definitely his most like villainous album. Like
Just
in terms
evil.
of right.
Vile.
It shows like his
Ill.
yeah, exactly. His like villainous persona the best. Like even some of the beats, you can tell like it had a lot of production value because some of the beats weren't meant to be just instrumental. I'm not getting that close. They were like made to be rapped over, but some of them MF Doom looked at and they were too like abstract or just too good. That
Like
he
especially
didn't-
accordion. Accordion's like or accordion. He's
Yeah.
rapping over an accordion.
Some of them, but he didn't want to rap over them,
Accordion.
like at all because he just thought that the production and the beat was too good and he wanted to leave it like as it was.
And MF Doom only has 5 albums under his name or 4 albums.
He's a lot of
But
instrumental
they're-
albums.
Like almost like the majority of his albums are all instrumental albums or like.
Because it's all about the beats. It's all about the
beat-
beats.
all
It's all about the beats.
This is Raid
All
from,
about the beat.
from
about
Mad
that beat.
Villainy.
No lyrics.
How Doom hold heat and preach non-violence. He about to start the speech, come on, silence. On one starry night, I saw the light. Heard a voice that sounded like Barry White, said, sure you're right. Don't let me find out who tried to bite. They better off going to fly a kite in a firefight.
I still love that
Where's-
song. I love that song.
Where's MF Doom from? Do you know?
He's
Like-
from London. He moved to London.
Really?
Yeah, he was from London and he moved
Where
to
was
New
he
York.
born?
London.
I believe London, Britain.
I got a college dropout vibe from that song, instrumental wise at least.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. You never answered my
sorry?
question. So it's London? He lived?
Yeah, he lived in London. But he moved early when he was really young. He moved
London.
with his family to
Okay.
New York.
I
Not
was just saying,
Hey,
I
did
couldn't
you
like
guys
pick up
know-
on his accent.
Just-
very
Did
strange.
you
Yeah,
guys
that's
know?
what-
Did you guys know that Kanye lived in China for a year?
He did. Oh yeah, with his mom because his
Sorry,
mom.
that's it.
This is
Oh,
this
his,
is
Sorry,
mom,
if I
his
could-
mom Donda?
Yeah, you know that's it. If you can say something about Kanye.
So the
Food.
Eagles.
Food.
No, it was
Doom,
Jackson Brown.
Doom is known to use TV shows such as the Fantastic Four and many different animes and like newscasts and samples in his albums. Mostly because those TV shows, like I said, are royalty free, and also just because like he was a fan of them. Like he loved Superman, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four. Big
Yeah, that's why his
MF Doom's a
persona
big
is like a
nerd.
mask. Like the supervillain mask.
I-
right?
It's like if a nerd
part of him.
knew how to rap really, really
Obviously, you see MF Doom sprinkled through Operation Doomsday and Take Me to Your Leader as like his starting points, but I mean, Food is, in my opinion, is where he really shines with his best lyricism. This is actually a concept album. Most people don't know that.
It's a concept album.
Yeah, about the things you find at a picnic table.
Do you notice that in the album cover, if you can see it right there, in the album cover, there's a little Doom under the table. You see it?
Yeah.
You see it?
That's
So
crazy, but
how
thank you.
are rap snitches a part of a picnic table?
Yeah,
well.
please.
It's raps.
It's about a.
Elaborate
Knishes.
the.
Knishes is like a. I'm thinking
It's
like
an
a
Italian
pastry.
dish.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not. No.
It's a food. You eat it.
Anyways, every single album or song title in that album is about a food.
It's not like it's like deep fried Friends. Like Friends isn't a food, but deep fried is like
mean,
a thing.
Yeah.
It's a terminology.
Correct.
I mean, like he has some great lyrics in here. It's my favorite, personally, my favorite Doom album.
Mhm.
This is.
Deep fried friends.
Oh, and food is
food.
actually
Food.
it's actually MF Doom switched around.
Yeah. And that's why it's all
food.
caps.
I
Yeah.
love that. It's so cool. I figured that out myself. Did you know that?
Radical.
Awesome.
cool. All right,
this is
this
deep
is-
fried friends.
Yeah.
So we're gonna jump cut. This is 2004 with Food. We jumped. We jumped cut from 2004 with Food and moved over to 2009 with Jaxson.
Born like
Yeah,
this.
born the Lady Gaga song.
Born this way.
I can tell that Dylan wrote this already.
No, I wrote this.
I didn't write
Oh,
this.
really?
I wrote the Born Like This.
There's
stuff.
a lot of underlines.
I was writing it really fast and I was tired. Released on March 24th, 2009, Born Like This was his 6th and last solo album released before his tragic death in 2020. The album is less of a concept album than his previous stuff with not a huge persona, except in the beginning tracks where like he has this master that's talking over him, like talking about his master plan or something that he has. And then the album goes on like
like supervillain.
yeah. And then it's him proving a lot of this is like just him trying to perfect his rhyme schemes or like his earlier storytelling beats
Like
that he
rap,
uses.
like rap ambush, where it's all about him just like.
Yeah, like
getting out of the-
he really just what's just happening?
What's that emo? What's that emo?
Sorry, go on.
Okay. I don't love this album strictly because it seems pretty bland for 2009.
It's a good album, but it's like one of his like.
They do
Like, what are
regard it
your
as his
I
lower
think that
album.
the production on the album is not as greatest, but I think that the lyricism is really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh wait,
Okay, thank you.
L.O. Governor also samples Regular Show, which is really cool.
What's it say?
It's the L.O. Governor. It was like the car that comes out of the TV. Remember that?
Oh,
The
and
car that comes
little
out of the TV.
dog.
It's just like L.O. Governor. Remember that? It samples that for some reason. I don't know why. It's kind of curious.
Goofy.
So this is That's That off of.
Hold on.
Oh, I
Jackson's still
apologize.
talking.
You know
I'm
what?
sorry.
Just play the song.
Oh, you know what?
Just play the song.
Jackson, keep talking.
I don't like the album that much. It's really. It sounds like it's released in 2009, but it sounds like an early 2002, 2003 album, and it has no building on top of the genre that he's done previously. It brings nothing new to the table.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
did
just
he
more
really
Doom.
do
It's just more
anything-
Doom.
Did he do anything new ever? Like, it all kind of just sounds like Doom, you feel?
That's
Yeah,
'cause
but like he
that's-
did it better. Like in Food,
No,
he
no,
just
no,
did it all
All
better.
of his albums are different, like Mad Villainy, Super Villainous. Food tells a story. Every single song is about food in some way. Like Operation Doomsday is about his origin story.
Yeah.
All of them kind of either tell a story or
It has that charm. It has that like sort of.
Take Me to Your Leader is definitely a story.
Yeah,
it's
it's cool.
It's
That's
all about
cool.
fiction.
That's
'cause,
cool.
I mean, he's
Born
a
Like This-
three-headed lizard.
Born Like
Yeah.
This doesn't have that coolness to it, you know.
That vibe that we all get.
It just doesn't rock with me, man.
I
don't
So
think it's a bad
this
album.
is that's that.
Like Obama, pull a card like old drama. Civil liberties, these little titties, abilities riddle me. Middle C. Give an MC a rectal hysterectomy.
Well, that seems like the place to end today's episode.
Fire.
Today,
Fire.
today we talked about
Fire.
the illest supervillain, MF Doom. Thanks for tuning in. And to end today's episode, we're gonna cue the song "All Caps" by MF Doom. Come in next week for more flames. Go Porters, and peace out.
So nasty that it's probably somewhat of a travesty having me. Then he told the people you can call me your majesty. Keep your battery charged. You know it won't stick, yo. And it's not his fault you kick slow. Shoulda let your trick hold, chick hold your sick glow. Plus nobody couldn't do nothing once he let the brick go. And you know I know that's a bunch of snow. The beat is so butter. Peep the slow cutter as he utter the calm flow. Don't talk about my mom, yo. Sometimes he rhyme quick, sometimes he rhyme slow, or vice versa. Whip up a slice of nice verse pie, hit it on the first try, villain. The worst guy, spot hot tracks like spot a pair of fat asses. Shots of the scotch from out the square shot glasses. And he won't stop till he got the masses. And show them what they know not through flows of hot molasses. Do it like the robot to headspin to boogaloo. Took a few minutes to convince the average boogaboo. It's ugly, like look at you, it's a damn shame. Just remember all caps when you spell the man name. And you know it like a poet, like Baby Doll. I bet she tried to say she gave me her all. She played ball. All bets off. The villain got the dice rigged. And they say he accosted the man with the sliced wig. Allegedly, the investigation is still ongoing. In this pesky nation, he got the best con flowing. The pot doubles. Now they really got troubles. Madman never go like snot bubbles.